Lionel Cat. Shout out to Empressive, and most importantly, shout out to y'all Mars fam. This is Keyshia Cole's Rise and Downfall. We ain't gonna talk too much. We're gonna get straight into the video.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel and welcome to this week's music documentary. I wanted to do a documentary on the R&B singer named Keyshia Cole. Keyshia Cole broke out on the scene in 2004, and since then she has been releasing some of the most heartfelt R&B music of her generation. Keyshia is a prolific songwriter who pours out her emotions and pain into her songs, creating anthems that all men and women can relate to. Also, Keyshia was the first new artist to invite people into her personal life with her reality show called The Way It Is. That was a marketing strategy that changed the game for a lot of upcoming artists in the music industry. At a young age, Keyshia Cole started off recording with notable music acts like MC Hammer and members of the group Tony. Tupac also wanted to take Keyshia Cole under his wing, but unfortunately he was tragically killed before he could mentor her. Keyshia continued to pursue a career.
I didn't even know that, so that's new information to me.
Got her break by connecting with her manager Manny Halley and a prominent A&R of A&M Records, Ron Fair. After she got her record deal with Interscope in 2004, she released her first album, The Way It Is, which produced several hits for her. The Way It Is sold over 1.6 million copies, and I guess you can credit it to the fact that she had good music. But Keyshia's album sales greatly benefited from her highly watched reality show on BET called The Way It Is. Keyshia's reality show was raw and uncut, and it documented her complex life behind the scenes. It showed Keyshia's drama-filled relationship with her estranged drug addict mother, Frankie, and her difficult relationship with her sister, Neffy. Keyshia was a foster child who did not grow up with her dysfunctional biological family. However, on the show, she wanted to reconnect with her family and give them a better life. Viewers applauded Keyshia for being completely open about her upbringing, and it made them even relate to her more. Keyshia's reality show ended up being a brilliant marketing plan to promote her music career. Sooner or later, she was everywhere. She collaborated with different artists.
Give it up to me.
In late 2007, Keyshia dropped her sophomore album called Just Like You, which produced a slew of hits.
I could give it to her. She definitely got some classics. But this is a downfall, so I want to know where it took a turn.
Just Like You sold over 1.7 million records, being Keyshia's highest selling record to date. Keyshia's love and heartbreak music resonated with a lot of fans, and she started to draw many comparisons to Mary J. Blige. It was rumored that Mary J. Blige didn't appreciate the comparisons, and she did not even want Keyshia to give her a tribute, even though Keyshia was one of the hottest artists at that time.
If there was an uproar between your camp and Mary's camp, what, you clear to elaborate on that?
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't even, you know what, I've been hearing that like all the the radio interviews that I've been doing. Yeah, right. I love Mary. That's my girl, Mary, man.
Keyshia.
Eventually, those rumors were put to rest. However, Keyshia was dealing with other things. For one, Keyshia dealt with being heartbroken by her then boyfriend, Young Jeezy, after he allegedly turned down her marriage proposal.
That's why you want to marry Keyshia Cole? So when that's why you want to marry Keyshia Cole? What happened?
It's all good regardless, though. Shout out to Young Jeezy or whatever. I mean, I ain't talked to him in about a year, but shout out to Young Jeezy.
Also, Keyshia started to have more tension within her family. Even though her reality show was a huge success, in her eyes, it did more harm than good. Keyshia felt like her family was being exploited on TV, and she had reservations about continuing to film with them. She also wanted her mother, Frankie, to get clean from her drug addiction. In 2008, Keyshia's reality show The Way It Is ended after 3 successful seasons. It reportedly ended because Keyshia and her family weren't getting paid what they were due. Keyshia also dropped her 3rd studio album called A Different Me, which went platinum and produced several more hits for Keyshia.
I wanna be the one who you can depend on.
By this time, Keyshia was done with reality shows, but her family was not. BET gave her mother, Frankie, and her sister, Neffy, their own reality show, which was heavily disapproved by Keyshia. Keyshia's sisters, Neffy and Elite, claimed that Keyshia tried to stop the production of their reality show.
Y'all were estranged from your sister and that she had cut the family loose.
And for the record, that statement, when I read it, I was shocked.
Like, we didn't know nothing about it. We was like, OMG, are you serious?
When I read it, I was shocked. Yeah. I was like, wow.
It was hurtful, too.
The last time we talked to
Why
my
the fuck
sister,
that
we
sound like
shut
Ray
down
J?
behind us. We had a family dinner
like
to
Ray J.
discuss, some family matters. And, yeah, she was a little upset about the 2nd season of the Frankie and Neffy show. I'm just
the
keeping
first
100.
season. We're going to keep it all the way 100. She
this
was
thing,
upset about it.
This
Is
thing
that why
has
she never
nothing to
appeared in
do-
any of the episodes?
Right. She did not embrace the fact that The Way It Is was done and they had picked up the Frankie and Neffy. And listen,
Right.
let's set that out there for the record. You know what I'm saying? We never asked Keyshia to do anything for us. She brought us down here to make our lives better. And
it
it
didn't
got
get
to the
better.
it didn't got
I'm
it didn't
not
get
gonna lie.
it didn't get
better.
good.
My life
it
actually got worse.
It wasn't until it became too much that they did their own show because they didn't want me to be a part of it, and it kind
Shout
of
out to
hurt me
Monique too.
because I felt like I would give anything for you guys, but this is the return I get.
And for the record, I love my sister, but you guys have to understand, we are not
paying
The Way It
for it the
Is
way it
didn't
is.
cut us no checks. Manny Haley didn't cut us no checks. We didn't start seeing money until the Frankie and Neffy show.
And I still love my family, but like Afeni Shakur told me, Pac had to separate itself from us, and I think you have to do that.
Keyshia released her 4th studio album called
That's how
Calling
sometimes it
All
gotta be.
Hearts.
Shout out to Nicki too, by the way. Like, she definitely got some classics, man.
Unfortunately, the album didn't do as well as her other 3 albums, partly because she was no longer on reality TV. However, Keyshia didn't allow it to affect her personal life. Keyshia met and fell in love with NBA player Daniel Boobie Gibson and had a son with him. In 2012, Keyshia sought to jumpstart her career again by doing another reality show with her husband called Keyshia and Daniel Family First. She also released her 5th top 10 consecutive album called Woman to Woman, which garnered her a few more hits.
I know this one. I remember this one too.
Keyshia's reintroduction into the reality show spotlight heavily influenced rising artists like K. Michelle and Tamar Braxton, who both used reality TV as a platform for their music careers. Even though Keyshia was the pioneer who started this trend, her star power started to get a little cloudy with the new competition. Additionally, Keyshia was growing discontent with her label. Social media was a great tool for Keyshia to promote herself. However, social media was the very thing that almost permanently tainted Keyshia's career. During Beyonce's 2013 Super Bowl performance, Keyshia made disparaging comments about Michelle Williams that were unsettling to many fans. While Michelle was performing, Keyshia said, "I think I was frightened to blink for a sec. Then Michelle sung and woke me up from my daze. She's always messing up the groove." After she made these comments, the backlash was heavy. Keyshia claimed that Michelle made rude comments about her vocals in the past. However, Michelle Williams denied this.
You know, she said some things to me while I was on stage.
I was at the Soul Train Awards, and she was like, "Oh, I didn't even know you could use auto-tune at the Soul Train Awards. What's that about?"
Always look at that person's original timeline. I do not delete tweets.
Me and Michelle spoke about it, and you know, she said that she erased the tweet, and she apologized for saying it because she said.
Keyshia did try to set things straight with Michelle and said this: "I apologize for the mean things I said. It hurt me when I went to your page and saw what you said during my performance. And that still doesn't make it okay. I said what
Yeah, this is what it's all about when it comes to being mature, taking accountability.
said out of anger, and that's the absolute wrong time to say things." Michelle responded and said, "Apology accepted, Keyshia Cole. We had an amazing conversation, and I also say sorry for any misunderstandings. I'm so happy this happened." Keyshia replied back and said, "So can you admit to erasing the tweet that was said about me so people know that anger came from a hurt place, malicious?" Keyshia didn't exactly mend her differences with Michelle, but they did both put their beef to rest. Several weeks after Keyshia's diss to Michelle, Beyonce released her Bow Down record, and Keyshia openly criticized it. She said this: "First, women need to stick together. Now B's better bow. Shake my head. But it's all G. Chicks stay shooting it. I done kept it real from the start. Hashtag respect that. Can't stand when people all self-righteous. When it's convenient, it makes them look good. But can still talk ish when convenient too. Get out of here." After Keyshia made these statements, the Beehive attacked Keyshia on Twitter. Even in the industry, producers like The Dream didn't want to work with her because of her comments toward Beyonce.
Like, yo, you talking about my family. Like, you can't.
You disrespected the
that.
queen. We're not messing with you, Keyshia. You're 2 seconds away from being blackballed. Sorry.
You just said that was your queen.
Shout out
and
to
you
The Dream,
just,
too.
Michelle, keep your opinion to yourself. Who is your publicist? Who is tweeting for you?
It seems as though Keyshia was temporarily blackballed, but her core fan base was still intact. In 2014, Keyshia released her final album on Interscope Records called Point of No Return, which had very disappointing sales. Keyshia also had another short-lived reality show on BET called All In, but nothing came of it. Keyshia and her husband Boobie's relationship also crumbled due to his infidelity. During their separation, Keyshia had a minor meltdown. Keyshia allegedly began dating the CEO of Cash Money Records, Birdman, and a video of her dancing for him on a piano went viral. Keyshia's rumored relationship with Birdman ended in a disaster when she allegedly assaulted another woman who was supposedly messing with Birdman. Also, Keyshia briefly dated the rapper Bow Wow, who claimed she egged his car. However, Keyshia denied it.
Just said, "Shorty egg my car" or something like that, but that's what everybody keep asking me, and I don't know. I haven't spoken to him.
As if her reputation wasn't tainted enough, her family, Frankie and Neffy, gathered up all of her estranged brothers and sisters and tried to do another reality show exposing all of their business. After all of this, Keyshia stayed out of the public eye for a few years to keep her name out of the drama and to work on her next career move. In 2017, Keyshia joined the Love and Hip Hop Hollywood franchise after being offered $1.5 million.
Okay.
Keyshia used the opportunity as a way to revamp her singing career and used it as a way to release new music. She released her new song You with Remy Ma this year. Now her latest single is called Incapable.
Incapable of needing me back. Incapable of loving like that.
Incapable is the next single off of Keyshia Cole's new album 1111 Reset, which is set to come out either this year or next year. I'll link her performance and her single in the description box down below so you can all check it out. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see you next
shout
time.
out to you, most importantly, Impressive. Shout out to you. Shout out to your supporters too. What I'm gonna say is Keyshia Cole could definitely sing. I'm gonna try to get an update on what's going on with her currently now. And with that being said, I appreciate y'all for the love and support. Love is love, and I'm gonna catch you on the next video.